Good evening, good evening, good evening. This is Coach Linda, and we are doing 100 days of purpose. And this is day number 99, which means we have one more day to go. And I'm excited about today's topic. We're going to be talking about is winning everything. And it's not, it really isn't. Um, I think that to have a healthy look at winning, and when I'm talking about winning, I'm talking about living a life of purpose, living strategically, intentionally, on purpose. We always think, and we get snafu'd into thinking that we have to be perfect, that we have to be this well-rounded individual, that we have to win all the time, that we have to accomplish everything, that we can't fail. And this begins to be what hinders us more than what keeps us going forward. So, as a person of purpose, you got to take into consideration that winning isn't everything. Um, there are healthy outlooks, and I mean, there are times when you are going to win. Don't get me wrong. And when you win, it feels good. It feels powerful. It gives you that motivation to want to keep going. But even when you fail, even when you have to learn the tough lessons, when you look like a fool, when you look like, oh my God, I can't believe this is actually happening and it fell apart. And I told XYZ and I told them this and I told them that. And, I was so excited in the beginning. And, you go through all of these things. I've done that where I've had this great idea, right? And I just knew this idea was going to achieve everything that I imagined that it would, that I envisioned that it would, because I had the necessary tools, I had the necessary resources, I had the influence, I had the willingness. And you go out and you get started and things don't go your way. And so you feel like a failure, you feel like a loser, you feel like somebody is against you, and you hear people talking and laughing and snickering and all of that. And I knew she couldn't do it, and what is she doing now, and this, that, and the other. Well, she can't do this, and she doesn't have the education for that, and I remember when she was this, or I remember when she did that, and remember when she tried to sell this, and remember when she tried to do this and it didn't work out. This isn't going to work out too. And you start to hear all these things and you start to believe these things, and your core values don't seem to align with what is going on in your life. And so you feel like a loser. You feel like you've been defeated. You feel like you can't accomplish things. And like I said, winning isn't everything. I think we learn more when we fail. I think about inventors, and they tried to invent the light bulb, they tried to invent the airplane, they tried to invent the steam engine, all of these things. It did not happen the first time. And if these people gave up, we would not be experiencing the things that we experience now. Let's even look at something that just happened recently, how people came together and they have been working on a vaccination for an epidemic. They didn't know what to call it, and then coronavirus hit, and Pfizer went out and they were the first to come to the plate, because they had already been trying to figure out how to make a vaccination for some type of disease that would hit the world, right? And we know that, and we see that, and we as human beings are intuitive, and we are we have the ability to do things that when our back is up against the wall, we can make things happen. And I think about that. I think about, all these people saying they don't want the vaccination, they don't want this, they don't, how did they come up with it so quickly? But when you really sit down and you look at the facts, they were working on this even before they knew what to call it, even before they knew what it was going to overcome or what it was going to try to block and stop. They knew something was coming, and they needed to have something in place to stop it. And so they were already working on it. That's why it was able to come out as quickly as it did. It had nothing to do with the president at the time. It has nothing to do with the president that we now have. It had nothing to do with the politics of it. But we wanted to make it political. We wanted to find fault in it. We wanted to see things happen that we couldn't understand, and we wanted to put it in a box that we could understand. And Pfizer took a lot of hits, right? Madera took a lot of hits. Even Johnson and Johnson took a lot of hits trying to come out with this thing because we didn't understand it. And there are going to be people in your life. What, Linda, what in the world are you talking about? There are going to be people in your life that don't understand what you're trying to accomplish. They don't understand when you say that you're going to do something, that, sometimes it's not going to work out the way that you thought it was going to work out. I say this all the time. Success doesn't always come in a package that we want, that we recognize, or that we even plan for. Sometimes it comes in that beat up, tattered and torn box, right? I've had some things that I've ordered and they've come in the boxes beat up, but on the inside, the item is still in perfect condition, but the box looked like it went through hell and high water to get here, right? It didn't come in the box that I thought it was going to come in. It didn't come as pristine as I thought it would be, but the box made it to me. And regardless of how the box looks, the inside of the box, what I need inside that package is workable, is doable, and it gets the job done. And so we have got to look at that. It may not be the win that you want to have, but winning isn't everything. Learning the lesson, learning how to live life to the fullest, learning how to be exactly who you were called to be, meant to be, made to be, purposed to be, uh, designed to be. The understanding exactly who you are and what you have to offer and to whom you have to give it to, that is what's important. The winning is not important. Yeah, you need to have some wins under your belt. Absolutely need some wins up under your belt, because your cell needs to have that win so it can go, right? And when I say wind, I'm talking about wind. It needs that wind to make the sail go, because the wind is what's going to drive the sail, right? And so you want that boat to keep going, and you need the wind. But let's get back to winning. It's not everything, and it doesn't mean that you're a failure if you don't win. It's all in the attitude. It's all in the perceptive, in the perspective that you have. It's all in your perception, right? It's not that everything goes smoothly. And see, I think we as humans, that's what we want. We want things to go smoothly. We don't want to have to work for it, even though we say we'll put in the work. I was watching a show called Bull on CBS. And I'm watching some old episodes that I've seen before, but I'm just kind of like, it came on and I was like, you know what, I'll let it play. And there was a one episode where it was a reporter who was writing a story, and everyone turned against her when she got caught. Everyone turned against her. She would not give up her sources, and you know how reporters are. And so she's going through this thing, but she is so determined that she's right, and so determined that this company is not doing the right thing, that she decides that she is going to tell this story, and the company sets her up for failure, right? And what I'm talking about, the company, I'm talking about the company that she was going to write the article about, sets her up for failure, and they get her in a situation where now she's legally in trouble. She's legally in trouble. They made it look like she was trying to steal company secrets. And in this whole episode, she's staying strong, right? She's like, I'm not going to give up my sources. I'm not going to do this. Put me in jail. It doesn't matter. And I know there are reporters, because we've seen reporters that have gone to jail because they would not give up their sources. We've seen people that had to spend a year in jail because they would not sell out somebody else, right? And so we get that, but that looks like a failure to someone. Well, she failed. She didn't accomplish what she set out to do. She accomplished to write this story and to expose it, and now she's in jail. And so you think about those types of things, and it doesn't look like a win. It doesn't feel like a win. And she says something very important at the end of the thing when they find out that she's innocent. This company had set her up, now everything is said and done. She says, "Oh, I'm really glad that you guys were able to get me off because I talked a big game, but I was afraid to go to jail." And I think that that's where we all live, right? We talk a good game. We want to be the winner. We want to experience the win, but we don't always necessarily want to do what's needed to get the win. And so winning isn't everything. What is important is doing the right thing. Doing the right thing at the right time for the right people. That's what's important. Being true to who you are. That's what's important. Not the win, not the loss, not the lesson learned, not the game and game recognizes game and this, that, and the other. And I'm intelligent and I got this and I got more people here or I got a greater following there. That's not important. What's important is that you are true to who you are, who you say that you are. And if you don't know who you are, stop saying that you do and find out. That's what's important, is that you represent yourself and you represent yourself well. Because at the end of the day, if you want to hear, and let me just go a little bit church on you. If you want to hear those words, "Well done, thou good and faithful servant," then you've got to be a good and faithful servant. That means if you fail, you fail. If you win, you win. If you're true to who you say that you are and who you truly were made to be, I am excited about this thing. I'm losing my breath trying to talk to you. But if you are excited about being who you are supposed to be to the world, if you're excited about living a life of purpose and doing the right thing, that's what matters. That's what matters. That's why I get up in the morning. That's why I keep doing it. That's why people be like, "What Linda doing now? What she doing this? She got so much on her plate, blah, blah." Well, you keep on talking about Linda because Linda's going to keep doing the right thing when it's right. And I don't care. I don't care how crazy it makes me look. I don't care how foolish it makes me look. I don't care how foolish I feel. If it's the right thing, it's the most important thing. Winning isn't everything. Having a huge following isn't everything. And I'm not saying that because I don't have a following. I'm not saying that because I feel like a failure. That's not why I'm saying it. I'm not even saying it because we've been talking about imposter syndrome and we all face it. And if you're true to who you are, you're going to be true about you face that, right? You have those moments of self-doubt that am I doing the right thing? Am I touching lives? Am I making a difference in the world? You'll have those self-doubts. But in the end, let me tell you what's important. The important thing is you cannot have that self-doubt if you're not doing good. If you are not learning the lessons and having a few wins, having a few losses, but being true to who you are, you can't even understand what imposter syndrome is because you're not doing anything that makes you an imposter. My Lord, I done said a whole lot. Anyway. Today is day number 99. You better get excited about that thing. We are learning how to take a sip. What does that mean, Linda? Well, we're learning how to be strategic. We're learning how to be intentional, and we're learning how to do it on purpose. Taking a sip of life. That's what we're doing today. We're learning that it's not about the win. It's about doing the right thing. It's about being in the right place at the right time. It's about serving the right people. It's about sharing that moment with someone who needs it. Doing the right thing. That's what's important. Not winning. And people gonna talk. People gonna talk. People gonna laugh. People gonna think you lost your mind. Okay, let them. Let them. Because at the end of the day, that doesn't stop you. That doesn't hinder you. That doesn't block you unless you give them the power to do so. So, yeah, I may fail. I may look like a failure to you. But if I'm doing the right thing and I'm showing up at the right time for the right people, then regardless of if I fall flat on my face, if I have to learn the lesson and start again, if I get the win or not, as long as I'm true to who I am, that's what's important. As long as I'm doing the right thing, that's what's important. I'm not doing the self righteous thing. I'm not doing the selfish thing. I'm not doing the judgmental thing. I'm not doing the lying thing. I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing the thing that's going to get the words out of God's mouth when I see him. Well done, thou good and faithful servant. Enter into my rest. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. When I can lay my head down at night and be at peace, knowing I did everything I was supposed to do that day. That's what it's all about. And if I fail, I get up, dust myself off, and start afresh. That's why it says his mercy is new every morning. Every morning is a new start. And I choose to be the very best me every minute of the day. That's what's important. To show up, to shine bright, and let others see the light. That's what's important. So when you're going through your day, when you're going through the rest of the evening and you get up in the morning, ask yourself, will I be true today? Will I do the right thing today? Or will I do whatever it takes to win? Because winning isn't everything. It feels good to win. Don't get me wrong, it feels mighty good to win. But I'm not going to win at the cost of losing my integrity. I'm not going to spend my time belittling somebody else. I'm not going to spend my time degrading somebody else. I'm not going to spend my time worried about what other people are thinking about what I'm doing and what I'm not doing. Time is short. Life is going by. Even when you think it's at a standstill, life is going by. Time is still marching on, and time is short. We are coming to the end of our lives, whether it be death or whether it be God coming back and cracking open the sky and pulling the church out. However, the end comes, the end is coming, and you have got to live your life like you do not have tomorrow. So whether I win or not, I need to be able to say I did everything I was supposed to do. I learned the lesson. I got the win. I took the loss, whatever it is, but I'm doing it because I'm true to who I am. And my integrity is strong because that's what matters. Doing the right thing when people are watching and doing the right thing when people are not watching. If you say you're helping, then help. If you say you're supporting, then support. That's it and that's all. Or stop saying it. You know, stop saying it. If you're not going to be who you say you are, stop saying it. Because is that truly a win? If you win at the price on somebody else's life that you've destroyed, that you've stepped on, that you spit on, that you tossed aside, is that truly a win? I would think not, but it's up to you to think how you want to think. I can't tell you how to think. I can just tell you how I am. And I'm going to be true to who I am. I'm tired of putting on the mask. I'm tired of putting on the fakeness. I'm tired of faking it till I make it. You know, there's sometimes that is appropriate, but not all the time. Sometimes you got to outgrow that fake it till you make it stuff. Transparency is always key. Truly being who you are is always a win. But that's me. That's me. I'm just trying to help you. I'm just trying to help you. I'm just trying to make you think differently. I'm trying to take you outside of the box a little bit. Cuz for you to be successful, for you to be a person of purpose, you got to be strategic. You got to be intentional. And the truth is strategic. The truth is intentional. The truth is purpose. I'm just saying. I'm Coach Linda. This is 100 Days of Purpose. You be blessed. You be encouraged. Have a great evening. I know I am. I know I am. You have a great evening. Tomorrow is 100 days. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I just know we going to celebrate 100 days and I'm going to come on here and say something that's going to be absolutely mind blowing. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. We going to find out. But it has been a true pleasure doing this 100 days with you. We still got one more day, though. One more day. I want to thank all of you guys that have been watching. I want to thank all of you that have been sending me little messages. I want to thank all of you that have been encouraging because this is not easy. This is not an easy feat to get on here and to talk for 100 days about purpose is not an easy thing, especially when you know people may or may not receive you. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting myself out there and you don't know if people saying, hey, look, no, all right, woohoo, Linda. Or people like, what in the world? I don't know. But guess what? Don't care either. So anyway, Coach Linda, I am out.